welcome into DC on Screen. I'm your host, David C. Robertson, and this, the original hammer-fisted... I don't know.
Hello!
Jason. Alright, guys.
Trying to get you out of that one as soon as I could.
Yay! Alright, well, this is our review of Gotham 2x06 by Fire, and we're about to get really spoilery on that.
As always.
So, if you haven't seen it, don't listen to us.
Yet. Don't listen to us yet.
Yet. That's a good point. Thank you.
It's a good word for that.
Yet.
Should we, like, the first foot forward, should it just be, okay, it's mediocre, we were mildly disappointed?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, definitely.
Not a lot going on yet. We're not really sure. Like any episode of Gotham, a couple of cool scenes, pretty much any time, but nothing's really a brewing yet.
Yeah, I really did enjoy Bridget killing her brothers.
Yes,
that was a long time coming. That was a long time coming. I know she's only been in like 3 episodes, but that was totally just
right. Well, I mean,
it felt good.
They've done enough with her character that we know how much that meant to her, and we knew they should die. And she still wins best costume so far for me.
What was fun is that she told Selina that she was actually kind of surprised, but one of the brothers burned brighter or something. Like, it was kind of ridiculous.
Right. I think she said, like, she thought one of them would, but it was the other one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. You're a Pike after all, aren't you, baby?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So she got taken down by the cops. And, of course, Selina had made Jim promise to protect her, and he couldn't, which was kind of...
par.
Yeah, par. And I kind of laughed when he was, like, telling his boss there, like, I promised I would save her. I'd protect her. And he's like, well, don't make promises you can't keep.
Right.
Like,
well, that was a bad call, Jim. Okay.
Damn, Ahab.
He's cold. It's gotten us, it's a suspicion we'd had for a while, but we know it to be true. If Jim Gordon promises a child something, it will almost certainly end in tears. He is just not good at that. He's the anti-Santa.
Right. Jim Gordon is at least 50% responsible for all orphans' tears.
The other 50%, he just hadn't gotten to you yet. Maybe you didn't ask hard enough.
Well, the other 50% would be when their parents actually died, and then the rest would be from all subsequent promises from Jim Gordon that do not come true.
I mean, I still feel bad for Jim, looking into poor Bruce's eyes as Bruce tells him it's okay. He forgives him for being a failure.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have gotten out of bed yet. In the show that would have been months ago, months and months and months, like nearly a year, and I would still be like in bed with a beard down to my waist.
Well, for me, it depends on what exactly I know about Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. Like, if I know he's going to become Batman, I'm like, screw you, you're Batman. You're the most perfect person in the world. I hate you.
How dare you judge me?
I'm good with my inability to live up to your standards.
Right.
By the way, good luck to your shitty children.
Ooh.
Your shitty, terrible Robins who'd all die in hopes of pleasing you, you bastard.
Right. The one child you really made? Damien. Come on. It's a dick move if I've ever seen one.
Speaking of dick moves, where's Nightwing?
Yeah.
Oh.
All that aside, what we know is that Gordon can't keep his promises to children. Now,
he cannot.
That being said, he tried.
He did try.
She was just particularly persistent about wanting to set that car on fire.
Yeah, which is just, it also reminds me of how freaking ungrateful all of the orphans of Gotham City really are. Like, they're just a bunch of, clearly Gordon's trying his best, and they're like, you're not going to help me, you failed. Nah.
Well, here's the other thing, though. They're also probably the smartest people in Gotham, because the average Gotham citizen I've met so far has been an absolute idiot.
You're not wrong.
Like,
You're not wrong.
Person A in this town is just mindless. They're the only people with any real agency. So we like the orphans. The rest of them are just, buying or selling sex slaves or
All right.
failing to see people fall out of their windows, even though they're supposed to be reporting events. It's a weird town, man. It's a strange town.
It is a really weird town. So
I still want to know what they were doing to that pig in season 1. One of the funniest moments in the show, and I'll never get it explained to me exactly what was happening. And I kind of don't want to know, but I kind of do.
What are you talking about?
Look at the Bullock and Gordon bust at a little club where there's obviously there's obviously some illicit activity in there, and like Bullock's out of his element, but he's kind of he's half rolling with it because I think they needed something, like I think they needed information or something. But around the time where he's trying to cope with his surroundings, which is it's a bunch of half-naked people in masks, and every it was about every fetish you could think of. Rule 34 was thoroughly applied to the room, and then there's like the sound of a pig squeal off screen, and Bullock just goes, "Nope, lock them all up!" Like that was the turning point for him.
I do remember that.
That was too far, too far, too far. It's that stuff I miss. So me and you were talking about this the other day. Like season 1 was like a buddy cop thing with Gordon and Bullock, and those two were fantastic together. Like, we got to see there was a lot of machismo swapping between them. We enjoyed the hell out of watching like Bullock get used to Gordon and vice versa, and there was a whole it was a gang backdrop that we were dealing with. Fine, but this is an entirely different show in season 2 so far. And not just that they're not doing the serial, or that they're doing more serialized plot lines. I mean, that's fine. I thought that was a good step in a good direction, but they're not. We're not even focusing on the content that we were in season 1.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
We've yet to see if that's for better or worse, I think. There's a chance it's actually a really good idea. It's just, it is entirely different. Right now, I suppose I'm indifferent to it, but it's...
There are certainly elements of season 1 that I like a lot more than where they've gone with it. I do miss Bullock. They need to have him more.
I do. I miss him being around more. Like that, he was one of the highlights of each episode for me. Was just there was always a Bullock Gordon moment every episode where I thought, oh yeah, these guys are great. And there've been a couple, but we haven't risen to the heights we previously had. Now they have kept Alfred and Bruce. That's the same show, I think.
Well,
they've developed in their relationship, but they still feel like season 1 to me.
I was recently reading, and they were talking. It was an interview, and they were talking about how they have this year changed it over to, instead of trying to cram a storyline for everyone into one episode,
right?
Into every episode, they'll kind of leave people out every episode and expand it, and that's great. That's.
I'm fine with that.
Right idea.
In theory, I'm absolutely fine with that.
They have the right idea.
Look, don't just give me 2 minutes of Bruce and Alfred just to have lip service. I mean, look, I get it. You take a week off, and then next week I'm going to get a lot more. I can deal with that.
So, so Bridget Pike, or Firefly, she gets taken down by the cops, publicly announced dead, sent to Indian Hill. Apparently, as I understand it, they believe that she is fireproof. They don't realize that the suit has burned into her body or something.
Well, no, we'll call them orderlies, because I don't know a better word. Now we're outright stating that the suit has burned into her skin now. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't know exactly what that means, but presumably it means that she is full-on fireproof. I was good with that.
This is bizarre.
It's strange. It's a throwaway. Like, it doesn't ruin anything in the canon for me. I mean, like I said, we didn't like Garfield anyway, so or we were at best didn't care.
Yeah. I mean, look, man. There's certainly precedent for replacing a villain with a different person, a different backstory. I mean, damn, there are like 7 Clayfaces.
Right. And some of the better tweaks you can make, like Mr. Freeze was a terrible character. Paul Dini gets a hold of him. It's one of the best stories in his rogues gallery now.
Sure.
These things can happen, and they can be good.
I'm not sure if Bridget is the Deanie Mr. Freeze, but
No.
she's at least better than what was his name?
Garfield Lens.
Garfield Lens, yeah. So more power to her, I guess.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. It's at least no worse than what we had. So yeah, sure. And I like the little girl. I liked her. Her and Selina were a lot of fun.
They were.
It was nice watching Selina actually kind of have a friend for a second.
No, I'm not under any. I don't know. I'm not under any half-ass assumption or anything that she's gone, because we already know that Doctor Hugo Strange is bringing people back from the dead down in Indian Hill. So
right.
I mean, I'm assuming we're going to see her again, and she'll
was
kind of
hanging
pop
in there.
over
It appeared.
Yeah, she was already
fine.
still alive, so
Still conscious.
she's gonna hang out with Selina again, and we're gonna have some Jerome going on probably. And
I'm not willing to say that. I'm just not willing to say that yet.
oh, they're definitely gonna bring him back. Don't fool yourself, buddy.
No. Until I see something, they are so fucking cagey about Jerome. And the nearer you get to the Suicide Squad release, they're going to want to minimize interference from like oversaturating the Joker concept is a worry they have. I think that's why they made them wrap it up as quickly as they did in season 2.
I don't know, man.
Suicide Squad doesn't come out till August.
Well, he's not the Joker. He's
Jerome, whatever that is. But
He's
he's the
Jerome,
Joker.
yeah.
You know, he's the Joker concept. It'll be enough. It's enough to worry Diane.
Diane gets worried if she sees an action figure of the Joker. She's like, I'm not sure.
Can't have those around too.
Like, no, we're not gonna believe the Joker in the Suicide Squad. Why?
Right,
I was just
right.
at Kmart and
You
I
can
saw
have
there
him
was
on
a
the-
Joker action figure.
Can have him on the Empire magazine cover playing pimp, but no, can't have some circus clown on Gotham.
Right?
We have a mild disagreement with Diane. It's a
A mild
running
disagreement.
problem in our lives. But I just
So-
don't think we'll actually see him. My personal vote, my personal bet. I don't think we'll see him for a while. I say definitely not this season.
So, do we want to address that Kristen Kringle was in fact just a plot point for Edward Nygma?
She's come and gone, man. I mean, it's.
Unless she goes to Indian Hill.
I don't think there's any cause for that. While I think that wearing a sweater embroidered with your initials is a supervillainous act, I don't think that maybe the people in Indian Hill would see it as a qualifying factor.
Right. Well, you know.
But I
don't
think
know.
her level of ignorance of her situation, and it was possibly criminal by itself. Man, like she went everywhere. Like she over the last few episodes, you know, Edward was too nice, and then he was too not nice, and you know, we saw what was it 2 episodes? She's sitting down. She's at Chamois, I suppose, and he goes into serial killer mode for just that second. You know what is he? I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah.
She
He just
gets
kinda snaps.
she gets as worried as she should be. Like
Exactly.
there's the moment where she makes all the sense in the world. She's a perfectly dynamic and well-designed character for the moment when she's worried. And then when she decides to accept his truth, really, about how he has an assertive personality that talks to him and all that. And when she decides to accept the fact that he's got a little bit of crazy in him and roll with it, we're thinking, okay, cool, nice. Character maybe turning around. Maybe we'll get, hell, maybe we got a Riddler sidekick in the making. No, nothing like that. No. At the speed of plot, she turns around, gets all kinds of stupid, forgets she ever heard anything serial killerish come out of his mouth.
Uh-huh.
And then 1 minute she wants him to be more confident.
Yeah, like literally the next episode, she's like, I wish he was a little more dangerous, a little more on edge, a little more blah.
He literally scared you so hard you were about to leave his apartment like a week ago.
Right.
And you've already forgotten. Now you want more edge out of it.
And by the way, when someone is scared like that, like in the matter of 5 minutes, you don't get so juiced up that you're even physically able to have sex with someone. I mean, if you think that you are about to die,
I hear a lot about this whole violence sex thing. I don't know. I don't find myself in a lot of gunfights personally. I don't.
If there was something to that for this character, I would say it would be Kristen Kringle. Yes, that's okay. That makes sense. Because, like, 1 second she's scared of him, and 1 second she's all over him, and then, like, the next second she's bitching that he's not mean enough or something, or he's not confident and a jerk enough, or he's not assertive enough, he doesn't have that edge.
Yeah.
And it does. It totally seems like the way they played it up that she really wanted
Right.
something darker.
It
She
looked
seemed
like
almost
she was
evil.
going to be ready to accept it when he said, "Yeah, I killed Doherty."
Right.
By the way, the most "I'm a cop" name ever. Just hilariously.
Right.
It like cracks me up every time they say his name. It really though, our problem with Kringle ended up being that she just she was doing whatever the hell Nygma's character needed her to do there towards the end, and at this point I liked was it Corey Michael Smith? I liked his performance in the death scene. Thought he did a pretty good job. I didn't like the dialogue. I thought was fine. I feel like it's a scene that's been done before, but whatever. She's gone. She had lost all intrigue to me because she no longer was doing anything by herself. So let her be gone and let Nygma go on his riddlery ways.
Right. Oh, I mean, I don't necessarily understand why she was even upset. Like, he says he accosted me, he attacked me, and I killed him.
Right.
Well, okay. So he tried to stand up for you. The dude attacked him. Your idiot, evil boyfriend attacked him.
Right.
And he killed him. He just protected you, and saved himself. That was self-defense. Her question is, of course, why were you outside of my apartment?
Which is a valid question.
It's a valid question, but...
See, for 1 second there,
been...
I was willing to hope that she had seen, like, okay, all of that makes sense. What were you doing outside of my apartment? I was hoping that she was doing that, because I could have dug that, but no, she just went into, like, so you were stalking me. Okay,
right.
Now you're concerned. Like, you knew he was stalkerish last year.
Yeah, that was... at this point, that should be considered an axiom.
That's part of who he is.
But at the end of the day, like, all he could have been like was like, well, I just showed up to try to catch Doherty and tell him to leave you alone. I mean,
yeah, he could have gotten
I knew
out of
that's
that.
where he was going.
He absolutely could have gotten himself, I think, out of that conversation.
I didn't want him to hit you again. Oh,
well, like,
but no, instead,
cool in the mirror Nygma could have gotten out of that conversation.
Right. But
socially inept, actual Nygma, no chance. Just ends up killing the girl.
Yeah, so now we have a crushed windpipe and a furtherance into Riddler territory. Whatever. It was kind of, honestly, I felt like that was probably one of the shoddiest parts of the episode.
Other than the performance, I'd say I agree. It was just...
Performance aside, like, the kid did what he could with the material given, but...
Yeah. He's
shoddy as hell, man.
He's the one I'm giving a pass here. The rest of it's just, all right, we're through it. Let's get through it. Let's get on to Riddler. Come on. We've got... I don't feel like Riddler has a good backstory anyway. I've never been blown away by it. I was hoping they'd come up with a better one, frankly, but so far I haven't felt like we're doing that.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, when Batman Forever came out years ago, they did a one-shot comic book that was in the DC continuity, and they kind of realized they didn't have like a real Riddler story, like a real Riddler origin. So they went back and did a Riddler origin, and he was like this, beaten up kid. Like, his parents beat him, his classmates beat him, and he got intrigued by this idea of puzzles and learned how to cheat. He basically like broke into the teacher's office. There was like a contest at school. He's a kid. He breaks into the teacher's office or whatever, teacher's lounge, and steals the answers and wins the contest. And the prize is like another puzzle thing. And he gets more and more obsessed with those things. And he just becomes like a crazy little criminal mastermind. Like, people keep shitting on him in his life, and he keeps getting kind of worse and worse and realizing he can cheat. I kind of like that.
I can deal with that. It's been okay. It's just, if anyone, let me put it this way. When Riddler became someone that was on, when we knew Nygma was going to be involved with Gotham, I kind of thought, okay, cool, we're finally going to give him a cool, gritty backstory, and that's not happening right now. It's a very straightforward, gritty backstory. Because as neat as some of the scenes of his have been, all it really reduces to is he really liked a girl, he went too far trying to get her, he ended up hurting her in the process, and now he's going to be a supervillain.
Which is poor motivation for him too, by
right?
The way. But one of my favorite bits in that,
because the other part of the equation is just, oh yeah, and he's naturally kind of crazy. Okay, well, fine.
One of my favorite bits in that book was that he had laid this like riddle trap for someone to solve, and he had bombs, and Batman shows up, and there's the friggin' Riddler. His first time as Riddler. He's got on like this terrible sweatsuit with like a question mark stitched on the front and a mask. And he says, "I am the Riddler," and Batman just goes, "I'm sick of theme villains," and just punches him in the face and knocks him out.
That sounds right. Yeah, I don't know where we're going with that. I really don't.
But
and it doesn't seem like he's done any actual work at the Gotham Police Department in a very long time. I haven't seen him turn in a report. He's spent a lot of, like, towards the end of last season, he spent a lot of time, tearing up Doherty's body, and then since that, I really haven't seen him do much.
Mm-hmm. Now, I guess I should note, though, as far as as origins are concerned, I do not feel that there is a stronger origin point for Riddler than they did in the animated series that Paul Dini did.
The problem with Wayne Enterprises thing?
No, it wasn't Wayne Enterprises. It was
Bruce Wayne himself, or
no. It was that was Batman Forever. When he worked at Wayne Enterprises in Batman the Animated Series, though, he created this incredibly popular video game, Maze of the Minotaur, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then they screwed him over, and he went to get revenge from them, and kind of realized in the process that Batman really is kind of the shit and can figure out all of his riddles. Oh, that was fun, too.
Yeah,
I always enjoyed Riddler.
That was a good episode.
I never wanted Riddler to be a Joker-level character. I just always wanted him to be who he was. Like, he was really a badass, but he was never supposed to be... Well, I never liked him as being like a Joker knockoff, like they did in the original comics. And I don't know.
Yeah,
but
he's... There's traction to the character. We just haven't gotten there yet. Like, it's so far with Gotham where it is, I haven't... Knowing that Edward Nygma's Riddler is one thing, but they haven't shown me how we're going to get there. I'm hoping that is very soon, because now we've gotten past the girl's out of the way. She's, I guess that's the catalyst moment, but man, I was just getting bored with Kringle anyway, like as we described. So now that there's nothing between him and really branching out into villainy, I'm trying to be excited about that.
Yeah, I feel like overall we as a fandom have not, and they as creators, we're all very all over the place. We don't know what we want from Nygma, specifically Nygma.
Right.
Like Joker, Penguin, all these other characters, we've kind of pretty much figured out kind of really what we want.
Yeah, and
like Riddler, no one has figured that out. Like you can pick up an issue of Detective Comics and then an issue of Batman, and you'll see two completely different versions of Riddler.
Right,
and they're in the same continuity, and it doesn't make any sense because they
Scarecrow
haven't figured out what
too,
the hell they want.
Like they have that problem with Crane as well. Whoever's writing him makes him whatever way. He hasn't. I don't know. He hasn't stood on his own feet, I guess. But this is where I'll give the writers an out here. Is that, I feel the same way. If you ask me what to do with this Riddler character right now, I'm not sure I'd know. I might have a few ideas, but hey, we're all not on the same page.
Yeah, I got a few ideas, man.
I got a couple.
All right, so Theo is trying to get Bruce to trust him. He's having dinner with Bruce and Silver, and Theo and Tabitha are real creepy, man. They're all like, "Oh, they're so cute. Look at them. They know they're cute." Like,
yeah, I'm just not digging that weird crap.
Yeah,
it doesn't make them more evil. It just makes them more creepy and just as evil as they were before. I'm not any more invested in them as an antagonist because they are, beyond kinky, I guess. I don't even know what they are. I don't know if this is... And when some words come out of their mouth, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to perceive them as sexual or not. I just know that I no longer want to have sex. Maybe ever again.
Right. Every time they say something like that, my penis retracts up into my abdomen.
Right.
I'm afeared.
Right.
Genuinely afeared.
Which
it will never come back.
You would think it would be hard to do because the woman playing Tigress is gorgeous. But I'll be damned.
She said too much.
Right. It's gone in a different direction.
And it's even like so weird that she just went to like, I guess she I don't know how to put it. I guess she tampered Butch.
Brain dirtied?
I don't know. She somehow reversed Butch's
She
brainwashing.
unzazzed him.
Yeah, dezazzed. That's a good. Dezazzed. Dezazzed Butch.
She's dezazzed Hammerhand.
And it's a little, completely ambiguous as to how she did that, other than wrapping a whip around his throat.
Right.
And she comes to dinner with a spot of Butch's blood on her. And,
right.
Oh, it was just weird. It's just so weird.
I mean, that's about as forthcoming as they were with how he got brainwashed to begin with.
That's true.
So, whatevs. I don't care. I just want it over with. Like, Butch can be so much fun, and he has been so much fun on a lot of occasions. But that brainwashing thing, man, it's pulling him down. It's a lame device. It's a lame trope. It shouldn't be there. It shouldn't have been used to begin with. Get it the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
I think of it as kind of like it's cheating. It's cheating for writers. It really is.
In some ways, there are certain things, and I'm telling you, man, we have not seen the last of brainwashing. They've got the Order of Saint Dumas running around in Gotham.
Right.
The whole Jean Paul Valley situation was nothing but brainwashing.
I know.
I mean,
Maybe
we've
they'll
got
do.
a
Maybe
dude
they'll go a
drinking
different direction
dragon's
with that.
blood. We've got, what was his name?
I don't know.
Goldar, Zaldar, whatever his name was, Argon.
Vectron or some shit. I don't fucking remember. By his kindly claw, he is gone.
By Vectron's kindly claw.
Right. There might be two people that know what we were just talking about, but you know what the fuck we were just talking about.
All right, and if you know what we were just talking about, I love you. Good for you, and I love you.
If you don't, there's some joy ahead of you.
If you don't, if at all possible, not even at your leisure, do this immediately. You can even find them, I believe, all on YouTube. Go check out That Mitchell and Webb Look.
Oh yeah,
it is a British variety show. It is amazing.
Yeah, those cats were good. Coming back with Peep Show's
it's
final season in a few days, I think. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. So anyway.
So Hammerhand. Hammerhand's walking around and gets caught.
Little bit of a tip for the Gotham writers. If you're going to do something completely mediocre, don't amp it up with awesome ideas beforehand.
Right.
Because last episode, when Butch went to Theo and they had Tabitha and Barbara trying to figure out whether or not, trying to decide whether he was going to be part of the crew.
Right.
They kind of realized, like, oh, well, we can attach cool things to the hand, like chainsaws. And they actually name a few cool things. And then when we come back, it's a hammer.
Yeah. Don't tell me chainsaw hand and then give me a hammer. Just don't do that.
I mean, yes, Ash vs. Evil Dead is out, so I can have Chainsaw Hand.
You can have the best of both worlds if you want to.
And will soon. But
if you brought me to a shooting range and were like, hey, I'm going to go see, would you like to go fire an AR-15? I'd be like, I have no idea what that is, but let's go try it out. And I get there and it's a BB gun. I'm going to be a little annoyed.
Right. So when you say to me, we are going to put something, have a cool attachment on Butch's hand, and then you mention a chainsaw, when you come back, don't make him a lame 60s Spider-Man villain.
Up there with the likes of Hammerhead. All right, now something we really liked though was Selina, right? She's kind of kicking ass this episode.
Oh yeah. I mean, she had to gain some ground after getting bitch slapped by Alfred. But...
Yeah. Who's, by the way, hitting a lot of children here this season. Coldcock's Bruce there.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a big fan of kids.
I'm still just I never could decide exactly where I stood with the Selina slap, but with the Bruce one, he's training down there. It's a good lesson for Bruce. Don't get distracted by women, Bruce. Just a hint for the future, hint for the writers.
Yeah,
don't get distracted.
They're sparring, and he goes, "Oh, Miss Silver called. Silver called? Bap." It's like, thank you, writers. You understand.
And we got annoyed with Silver St. Cloud because she went from Game of Thrones speech to Valley Girl in no time.
Yeah.
First time we met her, she inserted the word "shall" casually, and next time we meet her, she said "like" casually. Now, I get that happens in real life, but this isn't real life. Like, you and I will do that shit, but we're not characters. But you can't.
Well,
and this
we're
isn't the kind of
characters.
show that's supposed to be
But
not good ones. And this is the kind of show that's supposed to be presenting good ones and straightforward characters. This isn't The Wire.
I am a complex and developed character. I'll thank you kindly not to speak for me, sir.
I would like to talk to your head writer. I'm going to find out. I'm going to get that business card and it's going to have my name in it. I'm going to go, fuck, I've got to fire myself. Shit.
So anyway.
We like Selina. And look, a big problem I'm having with the season so far. What was this, the 6th episode, I think?
Yes.
And for 6 episodes, the best character in season 1 has spent 6 episodes wanting his mommy. Are you kidding me?
I'm down with it. She's annoying, and I hope she dies.
Well, it's
not because I dislike her.
Yeah, I love the actress. I guess every single year for Christmas, I watch Scrooged, and every time she kicks Bill Murray in the dick, I laugh. I love that character. Right. I love the actress.
And every time I see her, I just want to see Andy Kaufman again.
Exactly. But she hasn't done anything. Like, it's another one of those things where it's been going on for too long. It hasn't developed anything. Why does Penguin have as many mommy issues? Why isn't he solving the mommy issues? Like, has no one told him he has mommy issues? Like, this needs to be dealt with.
Here's
and
one
the
of my
best way
issues,
would be to get her out of here.
Here's one of my issues, and I understand that Gotham is supposed to be, a very dark show. Is supposed to be, is gritty, and there's all sorts of criminal elements and stuff. Can you please get away from weird, creepy pedophile shit and weird issues with parents and sexuality?
Yes.
No more edible complex, please.
No, I like that.
No more weirdos talking about how cute kids are. No, stop.
It's never been okay. It's never been fun. Like, for me, it's the TV writing equivalent of wearing blackface to a Halloween party. Don't fucking do it. Just don't. Unless you're going as Smokey the Bear, don't do it. And then you better damn well try to pull it off. Can I suggest brown paint? You're taking a risk even as Smokey. And he's a beloved piece of Americana.
Right. So, yeah. No more weird, yeah, just, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
looking
done.
at you, Bruno Heller.
Done.
What the hell, man? What the hell?
DUN, man.
So when Jim was reprimanded for beating that dude, I mean, we knew this was coming.
Sure.
We knew this was coming.
It's a hard line.
Yeah. I mean, man, I kind of wish Harvey was there, though.
I always wish Harvey was there.
Where has Nick DeGasto gone?
Also, actually, I thought you were talking about the other one. I just realized I want all the Harveys. All of the Harveys need to be on this show better. Better representation for Harveys.
Yeah. It would have been great if Jim was like whipped out the Nolan line.
No.
Like if he whipped out the you either die a hero or live to see yourself become the villain. And just have Harvey Dent sitting over in the corner going, that's rhetorical nonsense.
Right.
Since he said it on
Object. That's rhetorical bullshit. Okay.
And then the captain goes, it's clobbering time.
Right. Of course he does. Because this is a bad dream.
Well,
we knew he'd be there. We knew he was going to be the character that told Jim, "Hey, you've gone too far." We just it will be fun to see. Like I'm waiting for the moment where he realizes the Penguins got Jim in his pocket. Those will be good times.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Penguin's mother to die so that he can go full on badass.
Right.
And just start, tearing the town asunder.
Right. And I can't tell. Can you tell? Has Butch really been turned? I mean, what the hell's going on with him right now?
I sincerely hope that Butch has been turned.
I kind of do. I will also kind of miss him running around watching Penguin kill stuff and talking about blue skies.
I think Fish Mooney should return, and that Butch does get back with her, and Penguin takes both of them down for good. I think that should be the end of the Butch Fish possibility storyline. Because Butch has not been a good character in a while.
No, he's just had good moments. And it hasn't been a good character since when he sacrifices himself so Fish can get out the window. That's the end of Butch as far as I'm concerned. The actual ending of Butch. Because after that, I think just after that, Zaz shoots him in the leg and since then he's been a waste of time. Like he's been himself. He's been rhetoric. It's been terrible.
Mm-hmm. Even the character acts like he doesn't want to be the character. He doesn't want to be there anymore.
Right.
Like he looks like he's just hates his existence. And
right.
I understand why. That makes sense from based on what they've done to him. What they've done to him is dumb.
I will miss his wardrobe.
As an audience member,
he's got
I
the
hate
sharpest suits in the show. I think I'll miss those. I'll miss those outfits.
No, they can either make him really powerful and actually make him a contender for Penguin's crown, or they can kill him. At the end of the day, though, I want all that brainwash shit gone. I want it to be explained away or whatever they have to do, but I don't want it anymore.
Right. We could gripe about that for, 60 solid minutes?
Yep.
And would just get distracted, not actually finish.
Probably.
Oh, well.
I don't think I have anything else on this episode.
No, and we do know this. Something, in case anyone was wondering and hadn't found the article, it's out there somewhere. I forget which writer it was. It's one of the writers for Gotham, though. But the people in the basement, they're not actual people. Well, I say basement. Wherever the hell Indian Hill is.
Oh, right.
It's not actual people down there, so stop looking through pages of Wikipedia entries and costumes and trying to match people. It's not.
Yeah, they said they're just placeholders. They're archetypes.
Literally use the words placeholders. Yeah, they put a couple of archetypically villainous-looking things down there in Indian Hill. Because, for God's sake, they hadn't even cast Hugo Strange yet when they were shooting that.
Right. So, yeah, no worries, guys. You haven't missed anything.
Haven't missed a thing. I like that Indian Hill's there because that was the most of the time, like with Gotham, it's been like, especially with the Jerome episodes, really enjoyed the episode. Then the ending was wah for me, and this one was the other way around. I really the episode was very wah, and then Indian Hill was yay, something exciting. The playbook has been opened.
The episode was very what? It always sounds like you. It always sounds like you're doing like 66. Yeah, it sounds like you're doing 66 Burgess Meredith Penguin.
Right. It hasn't graduated to Caesar Romero yet.
Caesar Romero, Burgess Meredith.
Burgess Meredith. I mean. No, Caesar. What the hell's that guy's name?
Caesar Romero was the Joker.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Well, I enjoyed more than Penguin.
Oh, well, that's just foolish.
Back in the day,
Burgess Meredith was amazing.
I had to respect a man who wasn't willing to shave his mustache. That's bold, buddy.
They were both pretty amazing, though, honestly.
They were. Wah, wah.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We are DC On Screen, and we are a proud member of the Giant Size Team Up Network. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and every episode on DCOnScreen.com. If you would like a similar podcast about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, go check out our friends Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall at the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast at MCUcast.com. Ooh. Next up, we're going to be doing The Flash, and that's The Fury of Firestorm, episode 204. If you're not into The Flash and Arrow, then I guess we will see you either on the news episode or about this time next week when we do Gotham 207.
Well, we got Supergirl in the rotation now. Might see you there as well.
Yeah, might see you there. We review a lot of stuff.
The ever-expanding, encroaching on the rest of my freaking life set of DC products out there. I've had people tell me about shows they really love, and I'm like, that's great, man. I don't have time. Does it have a cape in it? No, I don't have time to watch it then. I hope you enjoy the show.
Is it a DC property?
Right.
No?
Okay, well then man, tell me how it ends. Cool. Excellent.
All right, so until whichever episode that you happen to stumble upon, again, keep some DC on your screen.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Are you struggling to lose weight and keep it off? Tired of wasting time and money on starvation diets that lead to more frustration and stress? If there was a weight loss solution that could actually work for you, would you try it? Then head to Golo.com.
I'm Steve. I lost 138 pounds in 9 months on Golo.
I'm Amber. I've lost 128 pounds with Golo.
If you're ready to take back control of your life, head to Golo.com now and see how Golo can work for you. That's Golo.com.
My sleep is way better. My inflammation has gone way down. Golo saved my life. I was way overweight. That's what sent me down the path. I wanted to make sure and live for my kid.
I have literally tried everything. I was on the verge of getting gastric bypass surgery, and I saw the Golo commercial, and it was the last thing I tried because it worked.
Join over 2 million people who found a better way to lose weight with Golo. Your healthier and happier life begins at Golo.com. That's Golo.com. Again, Golo.com.